Hi everyone, this is Mindy Egan for Honeybee Stamps, and in today's video I'm going to be customizing a graduation card and doing some hot foiling and ink blending with the balloon arches. Here's a look at the hot foil plates that I'll be using today. It is the balloon arches and that circle hot foil plate, and I have here some hammer-mill cardstock that I will be applying it to. I'm taking the champagne glimmer foil, and I like to place my hot foil plate on top of that and then trim out using my big scissors. That way I'm getting just the right size for each of the foil plates. Now I know everyone does theirs a little differently, but what I like to do is I take my foil and place it shiny side up, and then I take my hot foil plate and place that face down and then hold that in place with this Best Ever craft tapes from Spellbinders. I prefer to do it this way because when I pull my platform out of my Glimmer system, it always shifts really bad. And so this just really helps secure everything in place, and I'm not wasting my foil by having it shift. The circle one I centered on a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I created kind of a little hinge. So I lifted up that hinge, or lifted up that foil plate, placed my Glimmer foil so it's shiny side up or pretty side up, and then just put that or flip that back down and held that down with that low tack tape. I trim off any excess with my large scissors, and now I'm bringing in my Glimmer hot foil system. So the green light is on, meaning it's nice and hot and ready to go. I take my cardstock and I flip it over so the hot foil plates are touching the platform. And then I put my plates on top. I hit the button and it's going to be blinking, and when it goes to a solid green, that means it's ready to go. So I will pull this platform off of the system and run it through my Platinum 6 die cut machine. You don't need any other plates with this. You just run that platform right through the machine. What I like to do, or a little trick that I do, is I remove my plates, I take the platform, and I literally just flip it over. Now I have to kind of give it a little help if that's kind of, I don't want to say stuck, but kind of suctioned to the platform a little bit. And then I peel back that tape and my foil to reveal this perfectly foiled balloon arch. And now I'm ready to do my ink blending. So I'm going to bring in the coordinating stencil for the balloon arches. And there's actually 3 layers to these, and there's 2 sets of balloons on each layer. So you can really have a lot of fun with these. Now for this particular card, I was making a graduation card. I knew immediately I wanted to do a graduation card because these balloon arches just kind of reminded me of school and prom and kind of celebration. And the colors that I needed to use were blue, yellow, and white. Gosh, white. What a hard one when it comes to these balloons. So I was trying to be mindful of where the openings were and really mixing it up. And to give it a little bit of contrast between all the balloons, I did a dark blue and a light blue, which I decided to use Blue Jay ink and Fish Tank ink, and then Sunflower ink from Lawn Fawn. I dug through my entire collection of inks, and these are the colors that I felt matched the school colors the best. So there is one stencil I didn't end up using because I needed to leave some white balloons. I really didn't want to bring in a gray because I thought it would just, there's such a small area, I didn't want to add gray to it. So I just left those areas completely white. Now that my blending is done, I'm going to take the coordinating dies, line them up over those balloon arches. I'm going to hold it down with a low tack tape and then run these through my die cut machine. Now for a sentiment, I'm going to use this congrats that's off of Thinking of You Big Time. I also tinkered around with the big buzzword, but I really love this font. I thought it just really added to that kind of celebratory graduation theme that I wanted. So I'm stamping it on white cardstock using the intense black ink and then using the coordinating die to cut it out. And I really love that Honeybee offers coordinating dies for these larger sentiments. I'm lining up one of the rectangles from Sweet Stacks Rectangles to die cut out my panel that has that circle foiled on it. And now I place that in my MISTI, and I'm trying to figure out where to put this smaller sentiment, you did it. I really wanted it under the larger word, but it just didn't quite fit. So I placed it up on top. So it's going to say, you did it, congrats. And I think that either way works really great. So I'm stamping that in that intense black ink once again. And then I'm going to layer the balloons with foam squares to pop them up and give them a little dimension. Then I can just remove the backing of the foam squares and place this towards the bigger balloon arch I'm putting towards the top. I really tinkered with the idea of putting it more towards the left-hand side, but I don't know, putting it on the right just felt good as far as card design. And then for the smaller balloon arch, I'm putting that down on the opposite end. And now for the congrats. So that's going to go across the balloon arch, and I need to add some small foam strips behind the middle portion of the word congrats. And then I'm adding liquid glue to the ends, and then I can stretch that across the front of my card, making sure that it's lined up with the "you did it," because I have those at an angle. I added a sheet of double-sided foam behind this panel so it's cut to the same size, and I think this is maybe 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then I'm adding it to a piece of cardstock. I think this is Blue Jay cardstock from Lawn Fawn. It just really matched the color scheme of the school the best. And that finishes up my customized graduation card using the balloon arches. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching.